When Han first walked into that glass-walled conference room on the 23rd floor, the world outside looked like a blur of moving lights, cars, people, the city's heartbeat. He was nervous, though he tried his best to hide it. Today wasn't just another meeting. It was his first major project collaboration, and his partner Mia had a reputation that preceded her. To everyone in the office, Mia was known as the Iron Lady. She was disciplined, punctual, and relentless when it came to precision. If something wasn't right, she'd fix it herself before anyone else could blink. Han, on the other hand, was new, still learning, still figuring out how to match the pace of a world that often seemed one step ahead of him. As they shook hands for the first time, Han noticed something beyond her serious expression. A quiet focus, a sense of duty that didn't come from pride, but from care. Yet, that first impression lingered. She seemed distant, maybe even cold. During their first week of collaboration, Han made small mistakes, the kind that happen when you're trying too hard. Once, he sent a report late. Another time, he forgot to double-check a document. He expected criticism, maybe disappointment. But instead, Mia invited him for coffee. She didn't talk about work immediately. She asked about his family, his interests, what inspired him to take this job. Her tone was calm, her words careful. She didn't correct him, she guided him. For the first time in a long while, Han felt someone wasn't judging his ability, but seeing his effort. Over time, those coffee breaks became small lessons, not about numbers or contracts, but about balance, patience, and perspective. Mia often said something that stayed with him. A person's worth isn't measured by how perfect they are at work. Han, it's about how much they're willing to grow and how they treat people while growing. Those words echoed in his mind during quiet moments. Han realized he had spent too much time trying to appear capable instead of actually learning to be capable. Mia's kindness wasn't soft. It was structured. It had intention, the kind that helped others find their own rhythm without feeling small. At home, things weren't always easy. Han's wife often felt neglected because of his long hours. He thought staying quiet and avoiding arguments would keep the peace, but deep down, he knew it only built distance. Still, at that stage, he didn't know how to fix it. What he did know was this: every day at work, through every project and discussion, Mia's example was teaching him something new. Leadership wasn't about control. It was about connection, about creating a space where others could grow alongside you. He began noticing the small things. The way Mia always thanked the cleaning staff before leaving, how she listened carefully, even to junior employees, how she gave feedback that built confidence rather than fear. There was a gentleness in her strength, and it made Han reflect on his own way of handling people, both at work and at home. By the end of that first quarter, Han wasn't just performing better. He was changing from the inside out. He was calmer, more present, and more thoughtful in his decisions. But most importantly, he was beginning to understand something he had overlooked all along. That responsibility isn't just about doing your job well. It's about showing up with heart every single day. Mia had unknowingly become more than just his superior. She was a mirror, reflecting back the kind of man he could become if he chose to live with intention and kindness. And for the first time in years, Han left the office feeling something new, a sense of quiet pride, the kind that comes when you start seeing a better version of yourself taking shape. For the first time, Han wasn't afraid to admit when he didn't know something. Mia's leadership had created a culture where questions weren't signs of weakness, but of engagement. She encouraged curiosity, and through that, Han found the courage to step outside his comfort zone. They talked briefly about the project, but then, as always, the conversation turned deeper, about life, balance, and purpose. Mia shared how, years ago, she had faced the same struggles, trying to be perfect, forgetting to live in the process. "I learned the hard way that leadership isn't about doing everything right," she said. "It's about doing the right thing, even when no one's watching, and forgiving yourself when you fall short." Those words lingered long after the conversation ended. Han walked home that night under the city lights, thinking about what doing the right thing really meant, not just for work, but for his own life. Han felt that truth deeply. For the first time, he didn't see himself as the nervous newcomer who had to prove his worth. He felt like part of something larger, a collective effort shaped by empathy, patience, and mutual respect. That night, when he returned home, his wife noticed something different about him. His smile was relaxed, his energy grounded. Something had shifted. The discipline and mindfulness he learned at work began to ripple into his personal life. He realized that being responsible wasn't about carrying burdens alone. It was about learning to be present for others, even in the smallest moments. Mia's mentorship had turned what once felt like pressure into purpose. And though Han didn't say it aloud, deep down he knew this was the beginning of something life-changing. But the challenge didn't stop there. A week later, Han received a call from home. His wife had fallen ill. It wasn't serious, but it reminded him how fragile balance could be. For the first time, he had to step away from work for several days. During those days at home, Han found himself thinking differently. He made breakfast for his wife, listened to her stories, and realized how much he had missed these simple, precious things. He wasn't trying to fix everything, he was simply being there. That presence, he realized, was what true responsibility meant. When he returned to the office, the atmosphere was lighter. The team had adapted, learned to manage in his absence. They greeted him warmly, a small sign that his leadership had quietly made an impact. Han smiled. This time, it wasn't about relief or victory. It was about understanding. Life wasn't linear. It ebbed and flowed, teaching patience, humility, and grace along the way. Han used to worry about doing his job well. Now he cares about treating people well. That is the difference between a worker and an employee. He didn't know how to respond at first, but he felt it. That quiet warmth of growth, the kind that doesn't shout but shines. That evening, when Han returned home, his wife greeted him with a smile. They talked about her recovery, their plans, and the future. This time, his heart was calm. He wasn't juggling between two worlds anymore. He was living one balanced, meaningful life. Through every trial, every moment of uncertainty, one truth had become clear to him. Kindness and responsibility aren't opposites. They are partners, one guiding the other towards something truly whole. That night, As Han walked home through the city streets, he thought about the journey that had brought him here. He remembered how Mia's kindness had guided him, not by rescuing him from the stakes, but by giving him the space to learn from them. And he realized that was the same kind of kindness he now wanted to offer others, at work, to his colleagues, and at home, to his wife. When Han came home, his wife waited. The calm air carried a quiet warmth, a peace born of gratitude. In that moment, Han no longer felt like a man burdened by duty, but one living with purpose and love. He realized that kindness is not a weakness, but the heart of true strength. A sincere action, a gentle word, can radiate outward, reminding us that believing in one person's potential can change not only their path, but the world around them.